Mm, namaste.
Namaste.
Mm,
Good morning.
wow. We were just sharing about the online program we did yesterday with the Mamos and the Zagas. And it was incredible. I mean, for me, I don't, and I wrote someone this morning who donated with their intentions, and she's in India, and it's really sweet that she took time and wrote some intentions and sent it to us. And to me, it was one of the most powerful programs and pagamentos I've ever experienced with them. And we've been with them a long time and traveled all over, and it was online, which was so incredible. And here it was sub-zero degrees and 50-mile-an-hour winds, and it's crazy weather, and internet was unstable, and they were in the Sierra Nevada, and
Colombia, yeah.
yeah, and it was just
Palm trees,
amazing.
roosters, and donkeys.
Yeah, dogs barking and all the rain, and so it just goes to show you, the energy is the energy. And I'm always in such awe. And the other thing that I'm in such deep appreciation and gratitude for is the people that came, the people, those of you that are listening back or here this morning with us. And the mom was pointed to it. It was a group energy, and how each of us make these small steps or gestures of how you guys show up over and over again to support this work, which is the work of the planet, and how important we are in creating that balance and that flow. And, we do have a lot of work to do. We heard some pretty direct information from Mamo Antonio, who was such a beautiful being, in his song that he sang for us in the afternoon. If you missed the afternoon, he did several, which was not only healing for the part for you individually, but it was healing our group. And then it was healing our communities, and it was healing our country, and it was healing, the planet. And I just had tears at one point on I think the third one, when he had us visualizing the sun coming up, and just so powerful. So you may be experiencing great expansion and elation, which I was yesterday. And then last night, when you put all that energy in there, stuff comes up. And I had like almost, I was like, am I having a panic attack? It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't fall asleep. I was totally wound up. And my high heart was really going, and the wind. And I was like, what? And I thought, you know what? This is just stuff that needs to come up and out and transmute and get into balance. And so I just breathe with it. So you may have experiencing some of that. So you may not, but that was my experience. It was just incredible. And with every ounce of my being, I am so grateful that because of you, we can do this work with the mammals. I mean, it wouldn't happen. We don't have the resources to support them in the way we would love to, financially. And just by showing up and being part of the program, and, paying that fee, it just really, so
What goes to them?
it
Right.
goes to them. And then we paid them last night. They were so happy because they,
We
we,
provided jobs.
we provided jobs, and we provided food. Like, we paid for all their meals yesterday. And so they ate together, and they were able to make them a nice meal in the temple. And, just the things we don't see.
The
That
transportation,
Yeah,
to
so like
get
we had to
there.
get them money last night so they could get home to their families because they traveled. So just there's so much that happens and
Yes.
behind the scenes, but just thank you so much. It just, yeah, yeah.
And I loved Antonio. He was Mamo Antonio. That's his Spanish
Spanish
name.
name, yeah.
He was very fast. He said his uh,
Spiritual name.
Teruna name, but I didn't catch it. But Antonio, I got.
Mhm.
It was great the way he did those four songs. He was the four fathers, and we translated it as healing, right? But he didn't really. I don't know if he really said it was he was doing any healing at all. I think what he was saying is, I'm singing these songs that he feels resonates to these each one of these
Mhm.
spiritual
Yeah,
fathers.
yeah.
He was picking up the resonance pattern within him, and he was communicating them through his voice. And each one had a different, spiritual domain, whether it be the oceans or uh, the matter, earth. But you could feel when he was presencing those tones that healing was happening.
Oh, completely.
Like that's what we would call healing. We could also call it activation. Like what is being turned on? It's almost beyond healing. Like healing, when you're in that state, it's just turning things on, and healings, you're already beyond, kind of beyond the healing. Or I guess if you healing could be said as bringing things back into the natural order. And that's what he was speaking of, right?
Mhm.
That natural rhythm that's underneath our sensory perception, that natural rhythm, those resonance patterns, the frequencies of Mother Earth, the subtle frequencies, that's what's coming online. And very, very clear at the very end, this is a collective work. Each one of us doing it individually. But what I really got was that is like each one of us individually, we could take that work and go back and do it and apply it to our own world and our own dynamics and our own things, which would be one way to do it, right? But he was speaking of doing it collectively for humanity
Mhm.
as a node or as a holding a frequency, a consciousness. And when we do it together in that way, we're actually doing it for Mother Earth. And I think that's one of the things that I felt was we were just felt so depth-wise, depth connecting. It was like we entered into like a new, we'll go loka or new intelligence um, sphere of Mother Earth, and we felt heard, felt she acknowledged that we were, in support, and she could work with us and through us, and that's always fun to feel that.
Yeah. And interesting that, I was just looking down and I wrote this, subtle actions prevent more illnesses and wars to come. And they shared with us that everything that's out of balance now is why we have illness, why we have wars, why we have conflict. And these actions that we take, and when we do them together, it's so much more powerful. And when we do them together, we take on less karma. When you, they say they said take on less, which I interpreted as karma. But when you do it individually, you're taking on a lot. When you do it in a group, the strength of the group is like exponential. And that's why they do a lot of their work in groups. So it was so powerful and they said these times, like Mother Earth sees people like little quartzes. That's why they use all these quartzes in their offerings, is to help mitigate all the loss of life. We're just a piece of quartz in her. We're just another inhabitant in her biosphere. And that's why they offer, like when we were in Nantucket, we offered so many little quartz. I mean, I give them bags of those little, because it helps mitigate the loss of life. And we don't realize because these things that we take from Earth, her blood, her oil, her gas, her petroleum, her
Rocks.
rocks and minerals, and we hurt them. And she takes back. It's like, This is her body. So it was a big aha. And, they shared there is a lot more work to do because there's a lot going on and it's not going to stop. So, um, a- and he said the other thing that these pagamentos we do, like nature has animals and things that work in groups, and he used the ants. Some of us have heard the ant story, right? And that in community, these pagamentos help create the connection. They weave the web, the spiders, and help mitigate the distortion, the disruption, the loss, you know, of building a road without asking permission, cutting down trees. So building a dam where the rivers need to flow. I mean, we don't realize the level of damage we've done. And they said she's going to take herself back, whether we want to or not. So we can support her in that art. So it was just on so many levels, so beautiful. And the last piece was the water and particularly the ocean. She's a conscious living goddess. She's a Zaga to them. She's a woman. And she's the womb of the waters that flow, that give life to everything. And how sacred and important that is, and her intelligence and her wisdom. And yet we dump our plastics out there, think of it. So just so many levels and so much beauty and honesty, it was just really potent. So um we are asking for continued support, and I know those of you guys show up time and time again, and if you know people or you know of an organization that we should contact, we've got a big push to get them here in June, and we want to bring them here. It's really important, and we're going to take them to places, and we'll do a program here. We're going to do a ceremony to continue to, excuse me, support the frog temple that they've installed for, like, it doesn't even look like a temple. It's kind of a tree with some down by our stream, and um put us in touch with organizations or people, please. It really does help. It's hard to do this all by ourselves. And spirit, help us. I hope you can hear us, the big mama consciousness, to let us do this work. And on the 17th, we're going to complete the work, which is the soul the not the solstice,
Solar eclipse,
the solar eclipse. Thank you, sweetheart, as well as the Chinese New Year
fire horse.
and the fire horse, and moving into those energies. And the mamos are going to do it too. So if we do it, we'll take pictures and they're going to send us pictures because they're going to energetically do it. And if you weren't on the program and you want to tune into those energies, we're going to do it at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and make a comment, send me a thing. I'll send you what you need to do, or text me or whatever, find a way to get in touch with us, or under here on the YouTube video when it's posted. And we're going to infuse that temple again. It's the third time that we'll do it. And then when they come in June, we're going to do it again for world peace. We're going to strengthen and anchor and do all this. So, um, yeah, so who knows what's going to happen? But, I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to do our offerings and do our spiritual work and make a difference so people are not suffering, and the animals aren't suffering, and the earth isn't suffering, and the waters can come clean. And so anyway, that's a lot of blah blah blah, but I'm just very grateful. Very, very, very grateful for all of that.
Yeah, we're uh we're blessed that we have this place here in Philadelphia. I keep thinking of Philadelphia, the Greece, Delphi, how it's connected to Delphi, the sons and daughters of Delphi, and brotherly love, and sisterly love, and why is it important to be here? When it's
We want to be in Florida with palm trees or
when
somewhere
it's
in Costa Rica.
10 degrees and 40-mile-an-hour winds, and, and they want us to dig holes
We're like,
and bury crystals. And we're like, okay, well, can we do that when it thaws? No, but we're grateful to be here, and we're grateful for all of you to be on this together with us. And there's these programs, they're helping us to attune to that inner layer of Mother Earth. Sometimes we call it the inner Earth, right? We call there's like a different frequency, a different resonance that when your body starts to transform, it becomes an emotional and physical and a lived reality. It's lived for them. And they've been trained their whole life to attune to that. And they haven't had the outward distractions as like we do that keep us looking outside of ourselves instead of attuning the vehicle to those subtle imperceptions. So that lived reality is what you're feeling. So it's coming online. And although the outside looks like it's fragmenting and the world's coming to an end,
We're here to anchor the new earth.
that
That's what we're doing.
that's all being, how should we say, metabolized. And the
Yeah.
energies are being used as catalysts. So this new pattern can be built. And the more we tune into that, the more we do this work, the more we do it together, the more we become a collective that holds that frequency. And that's what's being asked. Each one of you has your own unique soul signature. And your soul signature is why you came, because your soul signature has a direction, it has a tune, it has a responsibility, and it's here to do the work that other people can't do. Because that's why you came. So that's what we're awakened to, and it's fun. It's fun to be in that.
Mhm.
It's enlivening, and so
So just, there was a couple questions in the chat. So to me, for the instructions will go out if you were on the call yesterday of exactly they were very specific of how we need to do the offerings. So I'll share that, I'll write it up and get it out to everybody. Um, if you can't, if there's additional things you want to offer, if you have other crystals or andaras or feathers or shells or anything, use your inner guidance system as long as it's done through your heart, like you can do that certainly. If you can't do it at that exact time on the 17th, our suggestion is you let the Pagamento to occur on the at 9 a.m. on the 17th and do it sometime after, but before the end of the month. They were very clear it has to be done before the end of February. So like let's say you're in a different time zone or a different part of the world. Let us set the grid on the 17th, anchor that, and then you can just energetically put yourself there because time is kind of an illusion. So that's what they've suggested because we wanted to address some people are traveling, and some people are just in a different part of the world. So we'll put that out. And then I just heard to kind of put and I'll put it on the global website if you want to do this, I'll put instructions and we'll have just a voluntary donation and then we'll write those intentions and then we'll put all those intentions together when we do the Pagamento here on the 17th. So I'll get that up. So there's a few ways you can.
we're going to put that on the website.
Yeah, I just heard to do it and I feel this push in my back, so they're like leaning on me. So it's like I have too to the other thing I was maybe too much information. I have lots of the Mamos every time they come, they give me beads to carry and tumas on my neck and strings on my wrists. And last night I was like Mr. T, if you know who that was. I had so many strings around my neck. I was like, I went to bed and I was like, I hope I don't strangle myself, 'cause sometimes I have them some next to me and sometimes I wear a few, but it was like I had to put everything I ever got on my body last night and they're all on me today. So they're really with me energetically.
Well, I'm glad you're putting that on the website.
Because he said I mean, they just kept saying this community. They're so grateful. They have little white little brothers and sisters from the Western society to work with. Because that's why they came down. The guys heard the call. So I'm just so I'm emotional. I'm very tender.
Well, that's
I'm so appreciative. So
It
grateful.
was a 6 hour masterclass in energy work. And we are so used to the galactic energies, the solar energies, the energies that are coming up from above, from our, but this is a different type. This is an earth-based, Mamos are earth-based, is a lower chakra, is about grounding and moving it through the body, embodying the energy as opposed to expansion, right? And so with being that energy for that long, your body just becomes sensitized. Everything is the emotions, your sense, your nervous system changes.
Yeah.
It's really good to have that on the thing because it's a master class. It just to get the four songs from Antonio,
And,
it
you know,
would be worth it.
I checked in about sharing parts of it, like doing YouTube shorts or whatever. No, they want to keep the container for the people that were there. Energetically, a lot of the Mamos and Zagas aren't photographed and aren't videoed. It's a energetic thing of protection. So I can't publicly put them out there. Um, but you will get, if you were there, you'll get the replay. But we can certainly do, share like we're sharing now. Um, and I'll see if I can get a photograph or do that. But you know, it's a real sensitivity for them. And a lot of the elders, they have to get permission to be photographed.
Photographed.
So like the ones that travel with us have permission from the elder community to allow that energetic exchange to happen. So sorry about that, guys. And, you know, I want to give it to everybody, but, you know, it's not my decision. It's not my, I do what I'm told most of the time till I get in trouble. So yeah. So let's go. We talked a lot. So we go into
Let's do, yeah.
meditation? Yeah.
Thank you. Let's begin. And just close your eyes, gently lift your attention 15 degrees from horizontal upward into your third eye. And just feel that inner connection with your third eye, that spiritual connection to your soul and oversoul. And as you breathe, maybe you breathe into your heart. Just notice as you breathe in, where is the energy following? Where is the energy coming into your auric fields? Are you breathing into the third eye? Are you breathing into the heart? Are you breathing into the root? Are you breathing into the crown? Just begin to bring your awareness in that inner focus, that inner state, your energetic body. Just do like a little mental activation. We'll do that together. We'll start at the crown, just breathing into your crown and just feeling it open. And when you exhale, just exhale down through your spine to your root and exhale. Breathing into the third eye. Breathing in. As you pause and hold, just feel that third eye activating and then just gently exhale back down through your root. This is clearing your circuits. Through the throat now, breathing in. Hold the center in your throat. Feel a charge. And then when you feel a little charge, then exhale back down. You're sending the energy through the root now, all the way down to the core of Mother Earth. Just allow the energy to gently glide down to Mother Earth, and we'll breathe into the heart this time. Breathing in, hold. See if you can feel that inner chamber becoming activated. Exhaling down through your tailbone, root, pushing it down to core of Mother Earth, into your solar plexus, breathing in. Feeling that place where your solar plexus connects to your spine. Feel it generating a little power and then exhaling. In through the belly button, just below the belly button, breathing in. Filling your womb of creation. Enlightening your subconscious. Feeling that connection at the spine and then exhaling. And we're breathing in through the tailbone, into the root chakra. Breathing in. Hold. Just see if you can feel the gentle Kundalini currents. Maybe like a little gentle swirling. And then exhale down. And on the next inhale, we're going to breathe same into the root chakra. But as we exhale, we're going to ride that spark of consciousness from the root all the way down into the core and allow our consciousness to land in the core of Mother Earth. Let us begin breathing into the root. Feel within the center of the root there, tailbone, a spark, a charge. You can see it as a blue light or a white light, and then exhale. And ride your consciousness down to your Antakarana, to the interior core of Mother Earth, the crystalline core. And just feel yourself landing wherever you feel in the center core of Mother Earth. And then when you land, begin to breathe with Mother Earth. Allow the spark to become stationary there. Feel that spark of consciousness moving and spreading, enlivened by your breathing, enlivened by your awareness. And we're going to stay here for a moment and just synchronize your breath, your awareness, breathing in the consciousness of Mother Earth, just beginning to sense her and feel her. Let her in. And just imagine now that spark is transforming into an image of yourself. Not an angelic version, not a Buddhic version, but you are physical representation of who you see in the mirror. That consciousness is you breathing within the crystalline core of Mother Earth, within her plasmic intelligence, within her heart field. And notice how you're feeling self there. Notice how it moves and breathes, how it breathes in Mother Earth, how that consciousness you're breathing in is assimilated within your inner self there. And we'll just take a moment for you, allow yourselves to just strengthen your own perception, your own lived reality. As the Mother Earth begins to integrate into your inner consciousness there, allow her now to breathe you. See if you can expand your awareness there so that you notice how Mother Earth is breathing through you. and how that shift in awareness may feel like instead of you breathing in Mother Earth, she's exhaling into you. Instead of you exhaling into Mother Earth, she's inhaling into you. And allow your awareness to hold both. And as the synchronization begins to balance, and you'll notice some integration happening that balances the first stabilization of the integration. But you may feel your physical body, your physical chakras being magnetically aligned. You may feel like a gravitational pull as if Mother Earth is pulling you into phase with her. You may feel like a current through your spine. Not not a celestial current, but a terrestrial current. And how your spine and Antakarana hold. As those frequencies of Mother Earth kind of move up into your spine, you may notice a gentle swirling in your auric fields, or maybe like a counterclockwise spin around your central column, around your antakarana spinal column. And just notice now how that opens up your heart, how it opens up the inner heart. And you may even notice a mirroring effect starting to show up within that inner sanctuary of your own heart, that mirroring spiral. And if you like, that inner spark within your heart, see yourself as another mini you, holding and stabilizing within your inner heart, coordinating, embodying, aligning, and most importantly, feeling. What feeling is coming online? And attune your perception now to feeling your heart. That's it. Breathe even a little deeper. May notice as you even deeper, breathe even deeper, feel even deeper. There's like an inner alignment with the heart, as if it folds into the central column, as if it's held by Mother Earth. She recognizes the temple of your heart. She feels your soul essence. And you may even feel like a recalibration between the image in your heart and the image at the core of Mother Earth. Just allow that calibration to be felt. You may feel some other chambers in your heart becoming illuminated. You may feel like a gentle pulling into your high heart. And explore that space within you with your feeling nature, your sentience, your caring, your authenticity. Your purity. Notice how that purity opens up another layer of clarity, or like a light beam of clarity that just moves through your spine all the way down into the core of Mother Earth. As if your soul essence in its purity creates that opening in connection to Mother Earth. And notice how Mother Earth receives you. Begin to notice how your breathing is slowed, stabilized. There's almost not even a need to breathe here. And how your purity has stabilized within the core of Mother Earth. There's like this state of dynamic stillness. Just allow yourself to just enjoy being. Begin to notice how the joy of being subtly orchestrates. You may also feel some subtle currents that are coming into your third eye through your unicorn chakra, through your crown. Just allow them to thread their way individually and collectively through your spine into your heart, into your inner temple. Breathe them into that inner heart, your inner lungs, your inner being. And you'll start to notice maybe your heart swirling with the new rhythm. And Also notice how that new rhythm hasn't disturbed your stillness field. May even notice how your inner heart field expanded some with a stronger depth. And what we're going to do with our next breath is we're going to inhale into that larger heart field. As we hold it with our inhale, we're going to exhale the image of that, the frequency of that, the signature of that down through our tail root, where it'll be received by our conscious self that's still down there breathing, coordinating, synchronizing with Mother Earth. So let us begin. Breathing into our heart centers. Sensing and holding that resonant field signature, and then exhaling it down. And see that mini portion of yourself receiving, breathing it in, anchoring it in its field, sharing it with Mother Earth. And Mother Earth responding as if putting a seed around it, coating or protection, a nourishment. And bring that signature with your next inhale, bring that signature back up. One part will go into the core of your heart. Another part will go around your whole auric field. More permeable, more dynamic, and yet stable and centered and coherent. In Mother Earth. When you feel like both are anchored in you, bring your hands in Namaste. Front of the heart field. Anchoring yourself back in your physical awareness and then slowly opening your eyes.
Namaste.